Welcome back to NT Coins World, where we explore the fascinating world of coins, diving deep into their history, mintage, eras, varieties, and most importantly, how much they're worth today. In today's video, we're discussing two incredibly valuable and rare quarters that every collector should know about, the 1971 quarter and the 1989 P quarter. So, let's jump right in. The 1971 quarter holds a special place in the hearts of coin collectors due to its pivotal role in the history of US coinage. This quarter was the first year the United States Mint made a major shift in the composition of coins. Prior to 1971, quarters were made from a 90% silver alloy, but due to rising silver prices, the US Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel clad composition. The 1971 quarter is thus the first in the long line of clad quarters that we see today. Though the quarter's design remained the same, with John Flanagan's iconic Washington portrait on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse, this shift in material marked a significant change in the way quarters were minted. Despite its relative commonality, the 1971 quarter holds value for a variety of reasons that make it especially intriguing to collectors. Now let's talk about the condition. This particular coin, in fine condition, is still relatively accessible, but it is important to note that the value of any quarter, even one in fine condition, can vary greatly depending on the demand, the specific eras it might carry, and of course, the overall rarity in the market. The mintage of the 1971 quarter was substantial, as it was minted in large quantities to fulfill the demand for circulating currency. The United States Mint produced billions of these quarters, making them relatively abundant. However, despite the high mintage, it is still possible to find high-grade examples that carry a premium above the average market price. This is particularly true if you can find one with a unique era or variety. A key detail to highlight when discussing this coin is the 1971D variety. Quarters minted at the Denver Mint in 1971 were known for having a distinct mint mark and were sometimes found with subtle defects in the striking process. These coins can occasionally be found with a double die error, where certain elements of the coin appear to be doubled, a characteristic that adds significant value to a seemingly mundane coin. For those looking to sell or purchase a 1971 quarter, it's essential to note that fine condition coins will rarely fetch an astronomical price. Most fine condition examples are worth around $3 to $5. However, if you come across an example with a noticeable error, or if the coin is in near uncirculated condition, its value can climb significantly. A near-mint 1971 quarter could be worth anywhere from $25 to $50, especially if it possesses those rarer characteristics like mint errors. For example, an exceptional 1971D double die error quarter could potentially fetch between $100 to $200, depending on its condition and specific type of error. This is why every coin collector should pay close attention to the finer details, even with coins that may seem common. In recent years, the market for 1971 quarters has remained relatively stable. While they are not typically a high-ticket item, their appeal lies in the historical significance of the transition from silver to clad coins, as well as the potential for error varieties. If you have a coin that's in a high-grade condition, or one that carries a rare error, it's worth checking with a professional appraiser or sending it in for grading. As of now, 1,971 quarters in fine condition will rarely see the high dollar prices like some rarer coins, but the market continues to appreciate coins that have historic context and the potential for future discovery. As always, the world of coin collecting is one of patience, research, and sometimes a bit of luck. Now, let's transition into our second coin, the 1989 P quarter. Shifting gears, let's now talk about the 1989 P quarter, another fascinating coin with a rich history and some intriguing features that collectors should be aware of. While the 1989 P quarter might not immediately stand out to many collectors, it is a piece of American history with value that can skyrocket under the right conditions. Like the 1971 quarter, the 1989p was minted using the clad composition with copper-nickel layers and bears the same classic design by John Flanagan, which has been used on quarters since 1932. On the obverse, we see the profile of George Washington, and on the reverse, an eagle in flight, clutching an olive branch and arrows in its talons. But what makes this coin interesting isn't just its appearance. There are a few key factors that make it valuable and worth discussing. In terms of mintage, the 1989p quarter had a significant production run, with billions of these coins being struck by the Philadelphia Mint. Despite its widespread availability, it's important to note that it is still considered a key date in certain specific contexts, particularly for those collectors focused on certain sets or varieties. What makes the 1989p interesting, though, is that certain errors, including die cracks and even double die varieties, have been spotted, making the coin much rarer and significantly more valuable than standard examples. While this particular coin in fine condition won't break the bank, it still has substantial potential for growth. An average 1989p quarter in fine condition is worth around $3 to $6, making it relatively affordable. But here's where it gets interesting. If you find one that has a striking error, or one in better condition, it could fetch much higher prices. One of the most notable errors associated with the 1989p quarter is the wide AM variety. This refers to a specific misalignment between the A and M in the word America on the reverse of the coin. These wide AM errors have been noted on a few examples, and they are highly sought after by collectors because they are rare and represent a deviation from the standard minting process. When it comes to high-grade versions, a graded example of a 1989p quarter could increase the value significantly. A near-mint coin, for example, could potentially fetch $50 to $70 depending on the condition, rarity, and whether it has any notable error or variety. Like the 1971 quarter, the market value for the 1989p quarter is influenced by several factors. Coins that have higher grade conditions or error varieties could potentially see greater demand over time as the supply of these coins in good condition becomes more limited. For those looking to buy or sell a 1989p quarter, it's essential to carefully inspect the coin for any potential errors or anomalies. Even a coin in fine condition that has an error could see significant price appreciation in the coming years. Both the 1971 quarter and the 1989p quarter offer intriguing insights into the history of American coinage. While these coins may not be among the most famous or valuable quarters in circulation, their rarity, historical significance, and potential for error varieties make them exciting additions to any collection. As always, the key to maximizing the value of these coins lies in careful research, attention to detail, and sometimes a bit of good fortune. Thank you for joining me today on NT Coins World. If you enjoyed learning about these two valuable quarters, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. Also, leave a comment below if you've ever come across any interesting varieties or errors in your own coin collection. Until next time, keep collecting and stay curious about the incredible stories each coin holds.